So this video is going to talk about the family role in talent development and how it also has an impact in talent identification. So firstly, we're going to talk about, is the role of the family underrated? Well, in terms of positives, you have family that can be supportive. It can increase competition if you have siblings that you can play against. You can share advice or interests within a certain sport. And the families, so your siblings may also share the same interests as you, which can help competition and training against each other. However, negatives, so pushy parents, so pushing you to take part in a certain sport that you may not want to, or the time you spend playing that sport. You may have no time to actually take part, or the parents may have no time to take you, which may impact on you actually taking part in the sport. Early specialisation, so your parents making you take part in a certain sport that you may not want to, and you may want to actually play another sport, or they may not support your decisions, so it may cause family arguments due to you not wanting to take part in a certain sport from the beginning or quitting at a certain time. So here we've got a theory which is the holistic approach, so the early childhood development programs. So here we're focusing on the family. So a supportive home environment is promoted by parents' participation in educational, social and health opportunities, and also job training and employment. Health, so increases a child's health and medical care. Improve preschool child social competence and interaction skills, and cognitive. Increase preschool child's cognitive and intellectual performance. So all these come from the role of the family, so the early childhood development programs that the parents put the child in, and how it can help impact on performance and athletes taking part in sport. So moving on for that holistic approach, we question, are parents always a positive impact in terms of child development? Well, here is Helisted's model, which relates to under-involved, moderately involved and over-involved parents within sport. So the parent no-go zone is involved in the under-involved and over-involved impact of child's sport. Okay, so the activation states model shows that under-involved parents are inactive or opposed. So they do not get involved in the child's sport, they do not take an interest in the child's sport, and they do not support that. Moderately involved parents, which is the optimum parent zone, where parents are reactive, active and proactive. So they are there to support the child and the child only. They are there to support decisions, offer their time and efforts to take them places, to offer them and spend money on equipment in terms to better their child. And finally, the over-involved zone, where parents are hyperactive. So we all know the parents on the touchline that are hyperactive and too involved. These are what we'd class as earlier as the pushy parents who try and make their child the best out of everyone. So moving on from the impact of the family, do siblings actually have an impact in child or talent development? Well, here I've included 4 images of athletes that are all at the elite level. So we have Serena Williams, Gary Neville, Andy Murray and Vladimir Klitschko. Okay, so one factor you'd say is the impact that they have is they can be competitive. So Serena would be playing against Venus, Andy would play against Jamie, and so on. So this would increase a competitive nature against each other. So they'd want to challenge each other. They'd want to be better than each other, and they want to both succeed, but one succeed more than the other. A second thing would be role models. So I'm sure one sibling would be more talented labelled as more talented than the other. So this would increase the strive and the desire to actually be better than the other one. The social aspects, so they can interact with each other, they can offer advice to each other, and finally they can train together. So this offers them all an opportunity to take part in sport, but rather than doing it on their own, which they may not find enjoyable, they can actually do it with their sibling. And finally, bringing young athletes into systems. So first of all, the system may be preoccupied with that element. So the family may only bring the young athlete into the system or strive for that to happen because of the system itself and not their child. It may cause routines to be altered, which has to be dealt with. So, for example, dealing with family plans and dropping them for the child's sport, which may cause problems within the environment. And finally, parents may be more interested in the actual system itself than the player or their child. So because of the facilities, because of the money they may be offered, this would attract the parents more than the actual child itself.